Welcome my Geminis to your 2023 year ahead reading. I'm Christine. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. And if you're returning, welcome back. I'm super excited. I've just felt this innate excitement, joy, almost like a little kid energy in doing all of the 2023 year ahead readings. If you hear any jingles, feet pitter-pattering, or drinking behind the scenes, those are my two wiener dogs. So we are going to get started. As I shuffle, quick reminders. Always trust your intuition and practice discernment with any reading. I have to say this is a collective reading, so you have to take what resonates. I guess you will find that out along the way. Also know that you can come here for any placement that you feel intuitively guided, whether it's your sun, moon, rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, or North Node, or any other. So this is how this reading will proceed. I am using a New Year forecast spread by the Tarot Lady, and I wanted to acknowledge her because the spread isn't mine. So if you see me looking to the side, it's because I have my computer here and I have the spread here, 13 card spread. We are going to pull to take a look at what's up ahead. I'm going to be using the tarot and then grabbing some oracle at the end. So grab yourself your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's get started. Okay. I'm fanning out the cards. Okay, so we're gonna see we're gonna take a look at the summary for 2022, the year that has just ended. We got the Page of Cups. This is a water energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. And so I feel like 2022 for many of you may have been about connections, nurturing, opening up, perhaps your social circle, your network, even professional, opened up in so many ways. You probably connected and met a lot of people, but perhaps some of these people may not have stayed in your life. They may have been almost like a coming and going, because I got like almost like when you go through underground malls or maybe train stations and you just see a lot of people, you know, going to their destinations. It's just a lot of traffic. And so I feel like in 2022, many of you may have experienced an abundance of new connections, perhaps some connections that fell away, but there was something about connections, people, opening up your emotional side to different opportunities. And we have here with the red and with the bunny, this could have been to 2022 for many of you could have had like a how do I call it, like a steep increase, some type of endeavor that you achieved, like a promotion, perhaps an up-leveling in a relationship, or something surprising that happened, like a new job or a move. Because here I sense a lot of luck, a lot of fortuitous energy. Bunnies or rabbits signify abundance and fertility. Red in many cultures, especially Asian cultures, when you tie red, and this is commonly involved in feng shui practices, when you have red ribbons, especially when you tie them to the door with elements of metal or keys, or underneath, you know, faucets or drainage, it brings in luck. It calls in abundance and attraction, because water is an element that is very fluid, very feminine. It's about receiving. It's about going with the flow as well. And it's also calling in a lot. So I feel like for many of you, 2022 energies may have actually been a bit all over the place. Not in terms of, although I do sense some chaos, especially with the astrology involved, but I feel like there may have been just a flurry of new connections in 2022. A lot of new things started. And so some of you may be looking to settle down, to really become more intentional, almost like a slow living vibe. Okay, let's move on and take a look at your career outlook for 2023. We got the Ace of Swords. Ooh, this is such a nice card. Ace of Swords, it speaks of truth, of clarity, of something new coming in. And with the ace, to me, this is, again, an amazing new start. Some of you could be starting new jobs in 2023. If this is something you have your eyes focused on, be on the lookout. Because with this, I feel like you're going to receive these opportunities through the grapevine. I just heard through the people you know. You see how this is a web? The energies you've connected to and amassed and built, especially with networking, and those coming into your life into this new year as well, tap into them because they are going to provide a fruitful boatload. I wanted to say shitload, but I said fruitful of knowledge, of wisdom, of connections, of resources. So this is actually 2022 for many of you may have been the year where you were introduced to a lot of new things, new opportunities, new people, but it may have been more at a superficial level where you didn't have the opportunity to solidify those connections or get to know people or simply dive deeper in a way that, you know, would allow greater connection. I feel like in 2023, you're going to have that ability to use those connections, those resources to your advantage. So for those looking for new jobs, I feel like a job of your dream, or perhaps your dream job, will come along. For those that are looking to elevate in their job, whether it's a promotion or simply grow in the position that you're in, I feel like perhaps a project or some type of information that you could collaborate on is going to come to your forefront. Overall, for your career, I just sense a lot of expansion. I feel like many of you are getting very honest. Perhaps this speaks to of boundaries, of getting very clear, of delineating your personal boundaries with your work boundaries and in terms of your home work life. Again, I sensed in 2022, it was a very busy time. I keep getting with the bunnies. Bunnies multiply quickly. So I feel like your energy could have been in a lot of different things, not just professionally, but personally as well. So 2023, I feel like there's a lot more intentionality in your career. Some of you may be taking a step back and asking yourself, is this new project, this new collaboration, something, whatever it is that you want to do, or that's going to be an invitation, that's going to be, ooh, I'm losing my words here. Thank you. We're almost in Mercury retrograde at the time of this taping. Extended to you, if an invitation is extended to you to participate in some type of project or collaboration, or even an opportunity to show off your skills, I feel like many of you are going to be asking and being very self-reflective. Is this going to help me with my goals this year? Is it taking me where I want to? Because if not, you're being very discerning what you take on. Something to consider too. Also, for some of you that are looking to change your fields or asking yourself, is this really what I want to continue doing? Especially if you've been in your current position, job, or industry for a long time. 2023 may have you asking yourself, is it time for a change? It's about getting truthful and honest with yourself. So there's a level of, or I should say a higher level of awareness and digging deeper and asking yourself, okay, something feels a little off. I feel like 2023 is going to be the year of a pivot or a change or a transition for me. So I get a lot of opportunities coming, whichever direction or area you're in, because there are I'm just getting a lot of different messages here about the career. But overall, I feel like when you conserve your time for what it is that you truly want and where it is you feel you're going toward, i.e. your own personal goals, what you feel emotionally connected to, that means you're going to have to say no to some opportunities in your career. And so again, I'm sensing a shifting here about really taking back your time and using your energy wisely in your career for 2023. Okay, next segment, we have finances, okay? Okay, we have the devil, Capricorn energy. When I see the snake, I always think of that snake from the Jungle Book. And I forgot the name. Okay, so immediately I got danger and alert. So some of you may have been spending a little bit too frivolously in the past year, and 2023, you may actually be coming to the realization where you're like, okay, I'm working a lot, because I do sense a lot of you were very occupied in 2022. A lot happening, a lot of energy everywhere that I felt. You may be realizing with your finances, okay, I'm working a lot. I've put in a lot of hours in. Where's my money going to? And it's like a reassessment, not a judgment. You know, it's like, okay, I think I've spent too much on maybe coffees or taking Starbucks trips or to your special store. I'm here in North America, so for many it could be Target, for example, Walmart for some, or whatever your favorite specialty store is. You may be reassessing and actually realizing, okay, in 2023, we're going to make some cuts here. We're going to clean up the finances, get some things in order. It's a little bit of a Saturnian energy here. You're reviewing your energy, essentially your energy and time. And this is, you know, what we're getting so far for the 2023 reading. We still have quite a bit more to go. But I feel like my Geminis, you all are going to be really reviewing. If you haven't already, I don't feel like this is new for many of you. Some of you actually may be taking some time off right now giving the holidays, or simply resting as best as possible, because I feel like your minds are going and you're already like thinking ahead, and it's just like the universe wants you to just sit the F down and be like, rest. That's it, rest. The time to think will come. So again, I get an energy here of conservation, of learning how to use and appropriate your time to the best of your ability, because time is money. And so again, your finances are really being highlighted here. And with Saturn ruling Capricorn, this is really speaking to getting responsible and asking yourself, where do I need to put boundaries, especially when it comes to your career? Like I mentioned earlier, in your money, many of you do draw your finances from your career. Some may receive, most of their income from other outlets. It may not be related directly to their career, but for those of you that are really thinking ahead, I feel like, again, there's going to be a complete revision. Some of you may be looking into budgets, looking into investing your money so that you can earn more without having to work hard. It's like working smarter, not harder. And so that may be a new outlet that you pursue in 2023, but I get a buckling down, and it's almost like, okay, party's over. Yes, you've done a lot, and you may have gone in different areas to expand, especially professionally in 2022, but 2023, it's about getting real and asking yourself, what do I want my finances, my financial outlook and health to look like? Because it's going to be very much predicated on where you put your time, right? Your energy, because money is just another form of energy. So if you feel like I'm working and I'm working and I'm working, and I always feel like I'm not having enough, even if you may make a great income or not, that's telling of where you're putting that time, that investment into. So cleaning up your financial situation, I do feel like with Saturn, this is also speaking, Capricorn is of work. So I feel like many of you are very, I wanted to say assiduous, you're very hardworking folks. And I feel like 2023, some of you are going to be focused on your career. Again, because finances and career are related. And so some of you are going to be focused on up-leveling your financial area. So that may mean really taking more time in perhaps looking for a career, a job within that career that's better suited, that provides better income, perhaps a promotion, or even I'm getting scaling down. It's almost like, okay, it's not so much about the money or getting more, it's about doing better with the money that I receive. So some of you may actually, because I get intentionality and like a slow living vibe from you when I open this reading up for 2023. So some of you may actually, quote unquote, demote yourself and maybe scale down in terms of the work you do, while inviting more balance, more slowness, more intentionality into your life, especially with your career and with your money. And that's going to allow you to bring more emotional fulfillment in 2023. Again, be careful of any, I wouldn't say vices, but if you have a propensity to spend in a certain area, 2023 is calling your attention to that. Like, hey, maybe take a double look, think about whether or not this is something that's going to contribute to your long-term goals and what you want to do. Otherwise, maybe find a substitute or change that goal up a little bit so you're able to still remain responsible and disciplined and working towards what it is that you want to accomplish in 2023. Again, with the Devil card for me, especially with the Capricorn energy, it's about reframing and reworking what you've done and reflecting, taking a look back. That's what I really want to mention, that it's not about judging or critiquing or being like, shit, I overspent. Everyone goes through cycles like that. And especially since we have the nodal points in Taurus, right? And Scorpio, Taurus is the second house of income, even though Capricorn rules the 10th house. This speaks a lot to how we manage our finances, which is reflective too of our energy. Okay, let's shift and continue. We're going to look into love. What's in store for love for my Geminis, please, for 2023? We got the Knight of Cups. Got some water energies here. Okay, this is I wanted to say Aquarius, so Aquarius may be prominent for you all, but Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. And so with the Knight of Cups, I feel like there are going to be, for those that are trying to expand their, we'll say, love circle, get back into dating or find a partner or a long-term type of committed relationship, I feel like with the Knight of Cups, you are going to have those opportunities and streams and to be open. this is going to require, I am intuitively picking up, expanding outside of what you normally do. So changing things up to get a different outcome, because some of you may have been doing things a certain way, whether it's dating apps or going to the same place, or your approach may have similarly, been the same. And so there's a redundancy there. And as a result, there may have felt like a stagnancy, like a stuckness. And you're like, I'm not really finding anything here. I'm not really meeting up with people that I like. There's a need to change your approach. I get that with the eagle. And this was a message I channeled actually a couple days ago while on a hike. So just zoom out like a telescope, zoom out and think, okay, well, what else do I enjoy doing? Because that's where you may find someone that, shares common interests. Also, simply going out and making yourself visible, whether it's going out alone, on solo dates, joining potentially new opportunities, new clubs, new events like meetups, Eventbrites, or other different workshops, things that interest you. There's something here that changes. But I feel like with the Knight of Cups too, that when you do change this approach in 2023, that you will receive more, I'll say, suitors, more opportunities for dating, and more abilities to grow in that way, in the way that you want. For those that are coupled and that are in relationships, for me, the Knight of Cups is speaking to, generally we get someone who is very romantic, right? But I also feel like this may be a call to action to, okay, I think it's time to reconnect on a more deeper, intimate level. Perhaps some of you have been in long-term relationships, or even when you've started dating someone and you've been with someone, you get comfortable, right? And I feel like when we have the Knight of Cups here, what I'm intuitively feeling is a need to, okay, let's jazz things up a bit. Let's start investing a little bit more time in our love for this relationship, in one another, right? Because there's me, there's you, and then there's we, and the we is a separate entity, right? And so everyone is bringing their best self to the relationship. And so this may mean, getting clear and getting serious about setting date nights, whatever time frame. I got weekly. Really taking intentional action, taking steps so that this happens. Tapping and leaning into one another's love languages. Because there's a sense here that I heard of romance fizzling out. And there's like, I want or a need for connecting, for getting back to that depth, to that intimacy. It's emotional intimacy. For those that are not interested in romantic love, you're like, nope, show me what else is happening. For friends. Again, Knight of Cups for me, if you're looking simply for connecting in a platonic way, I do feel like these opportunities are going to come in. Again, for many of you, for most of the Geminis I'm tapping into, many of your romantic relationships, especially singles, they start out as friends, because Gemini is the sign of platonic friendships. And so for those that are not interested in romantic love, you can meet people in the same way. You just simply have to communicate your boundaries and know your expectations and standards, and relay that for obviously anyone that you come in contact with. But I feel like this year in 2023, there's going to be a lot of opportunities to really dive deep. I'm getting emotional connection with folks that you've connected to. You may actually reconnect in this year on a different level and get to know folks on a deeper level, which is going to open up like a new level or wave of that particular connection. So in general, I feel like 2023, there's going to be a greater emotional connectivity, greater love in general, romantic and platonic, right? Love in general. As a foundation coming into 2023. But remember to shift doing things differently, approach things differently, because then you're going to see the energy change and you're going to see the outcome shift than what you've experienced before. Okay, let's shift into family and friends now. We got the World card. These represent the fixed signs: Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. One sec. Oh my God, I just squirted water. And so with family and friends, I just heard reconnection, reunion, reconciliation. Some of you may be spread apart. You may have family, friends, especially those that you've known a long time, that are not close to you, that are long distance, as signified by the world. And this could also mean distance in terms of emotional, not just physical distance. So I sense in 2023, some of you may be traveling more. Through your travels, you may meet more friends. You may get to know new people, but also nurture the existing friendships and family connections that you do have. There's a sense of celebration. So this year may be pivotal and bring a lot of different events for you all. So be on the lookout. I heard reunions and reunions and reconciliation. So opportunities to meet again. They could be during different holidays, different milestones or events like graduations, birthdays, anniversaries, or simple get-togethers if you're passing through. There's a lot of celebration here. Some of you, I feel, may be returning back home. You may be shifting a move or visiting, setting up more frequency, perhaps regular intervals in 2023 of staying connected to your loved ones, family and friends. Again, it could be your chosen family. It doesn't have to be blood family. But I feel like an intentionality there of, despite any distance, there's a need to make this a more regular, we'll just say occurrence, so that you can connect. There's also an expansion. I feel like many of you will be traveling a lot in 2023. You may already have trips booked up, whether they're domestic or international, and through your travels, you may meet new people. Because I sense, again, expansion with you. And some of these people may have been those that you met in 2022, and you are going to get to know on a different level, right? On a deeper level. Because sometimes when you meet people, sometimes it takes a couple of months until, you know, the right timing or the energy alignment is there, and then you reunite. And it's happened to me in my personal experience where I meet someone and I'm like, wow, what a great person. But for whatever reason, things just don't align at that time. And then months later, you reconnect and things start to flourish. So this is the energy I get with you all. A lot of expansion here. I get a lot of ninth house energy here, but also you all rule the third house, which is of, you know, the neighborhood, siblings. Also, I would say other relatives like uncles, aunts, communication, most obviously, since Mercury rules your sign. You may meet people from other cultures as well, especially if they're in your vicinity. I like this outlook. There's a lot of expansion, a lot of growth. It's almost like you're taking what you've maybe set the foundation for in 2022, or what you introduced or what we're connected to, and you're taking it up a notch in 2023. Let's take a look at your spirituality outlook. We got Two of Coins. This is Earth energy, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So Two of Coins is very much about balancing, investing in yourself, but also balance. There's an energy here of needing to put in a little bit more work. Perhaps some of you are working on becoming more grounded, which is very important for you all since you're Mercury ruled, right? There's a tendency for, you know, for you to go over your head, with your head, I should say, over heart. And so sometimes when we have so much mental stuff going on, it could easily burn you out, stress you out, cause you to feel a little bit restless, a little bit frustrated, perhaps anxiety. There's a grounding element that I'm intuitively picking up here. So in 2023, I feel like many of you are going to reconnect and reground yourself. In other words, start with a spiritual routine that is going to be more consistent. I feel a leveling out too for those of you that have been feeling stagnant or feeling disconnected. I feel like when you do connect, this is a grounding element to the present, right? And it's okay, I'm hearing it's connecting to the space outside of you. So there's a need to get out. It could be in nature, but there's a need to shift your energy where you are feeling more secure, safe. It's almost like for you, I'm getting like stillness. like not buzzing around, not doing, not saying, you know, I'm going to get my mail and calling it a spiritual practice, you know, to try to get it done. There's a need for, again, real meaning behind what it is you're doing, because that's going to provide the results that you're looking for, especially when it comes to internal mental balance, like a peace, like a calmness. I heard it takes two to tango. So some of you, depending on who you connect with on your spiritual teams, you may be receiving signs or have been receiving signs, especially from 2022 and into 2023, giving you indications like, okay, you got to get back to basics. Ground yourself through meditation, through stillness, through mindfulness, through some type of practice that will allow you to connect to your breath, to the present moment, essentially. When we say breath, it's because when we breathe in the now. We don't breathe from the past or into the future, right? We're breathing now because that's the only thing we have. That breath only exists now. And so there's a need for getting back to basics. So think about in 2023 what that looks like for you. What would make the most difference for you every day that could help contribute to how you want to feel? And for many, there's a sense of balance, of calmness, of perhaps inner harmony, serenity, peace. But it's, again, with our spiritual practices, it looks very different for all. But again, with your energy, I sense there's a need for calming down and connecting. Almost like, okay, I need to just unplug for a sec and connect myself momentarily so I can just regroup, restart, almost like rejuvenate. Okay, something else that I'm receiving that's very much tied to your finances and to your career may be taking a step back. So this is going to be very, it's going to look different, but I sense for some of you it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. It's almost like learning when to put, it goes with boundaries too, learning how to cut off or say no to work after a certain time. Because I feel like I'm hearing like a motor running and it's like you're continuously going. Even when you're like, okay, I shut the computer off, work hours ended at, we'll just say 6 p.m. But there's still like a buzz where you may actually be checking your email on your phone, peeking in on certain tasks, things beyond the hour. And it's, that energy is coming with you throughout the day. So there's like a disconnect of really connecting to rest, to rejuvenation, and connection to something higher. I feel like you may always feel like you're on, like almost like a battery operated toy, like you're on. So your energy is draining. So again, something here that's going to help you, there's a great intentionality. This is something I kept sensing from your reading in the beginning, of making that concerted effort. How do you want to feel? And what is one thing that you can do next that'll help you move towards that goal? It doesn't have to be big, because I sense a little bit of overwhelm in that area, because your spiritual practices, a lot of you have a lot of I feel messages that have come in. Oh, I'm getting tongue-tied. Have a lot of messages that have come in and that have been wanting to communicate with you, but some of you are not paying attention or seeing them. It's because you're busy. Essentially, your mind is busy, so we don't intuit up here, right? And so this is something to keep in mind for 2023, because I do feel like there's a stabilization coming. I feel like you are going to reach a point in 2023 where you are going to feel that connection to something bigger. And some of you have gifts coming in. Nature may be especially important for some of you that are considering a retreat, or even just alone time, you know, where you just rent a space or simply stay home. That could be and actually do wonders for you, especially your mental headspace. Okay, now we're going to take a look at each quarter. First quarter is January, February, and March. And then we're going to take a look at the subsequent quarters and see what you need to know for these different times. Okay. So I'm going to pick a card. So for quarter one, January, February, and March, we got 8 of Cups. This is water energy. you've got quite a bit of water in your chart. So again, I feel like there's a real need, perhaps a want, a desire to connect more emotionally and to actually ask yourself in 2023, how do I feel about this? And do I really want to do this? Because I feel like many of you overwhelmed yourself, overburdened yourself and said yes. And I feel like 2023, there's a slowing down. It doesn't mean you're not going to be productive. It's going to be different and reframed differently. So again, your definition of productivity may shift. The same with success in 2023, not just in work and finances, but in all areas of your life. For Eight of Cups, this is really about, again, detaching yourself, leaving behind, being honest with yourself about things that are not in alignment with you. So you may start to realize, especially up here in the Northern Hemisphere, we're in the winter, and obviously if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, you're in summer, but regardless of the season, there is a lot of self-reflection and introspection going on. And especially since we start the new year off with Mercury in retrograde in the sign of Capricorn. And it always affects those ruled by Mercury, Virgos, and especially Geminis. So there may be a lot of reviewing and reflecting for you, not just on relationships, because this signifies two connections, but also different things in your life that you are doing. It could be your work, your job, where you put your, in general, where you put your time, your investment, your energy. And so if it's not bringing you happiness or joy anymore, if you realize and know it's run your course, you're going to have different moments that are coming up to almost give you a test perhaps, but almost like a nudge, like, hey, you know, when, especially children, when they nudge you and they like do this to you, it's like that from the universe asking you, do you really want to do that? Is this still something you want to continue? Because you're being asked to really let go of anything that is not serving you. Let go of anything that you know has run its course. Let go of anyone or anything, I should say, that you are ready to move on from. It doesn't matter if you didn't accomplish that goal or you didn't do this or that. If it's no longer vibing with you, it's time to release it. Don't hold on to anything. In other words, there's a need to let go here. Some of you have emotional, it's emotional healing, but it's an emotional expression. I feel like during these months, you're going to receive a lot of, I wanted to say hidden messages, but a lot of truths that are going to come through your intuition, through rest, through simply allowing, not forcing anything. That is going to give you the clarity, and it's all within us. And I know so many times we look outside of ourselves and try to find the answers in other people, places, things, right? And it's important to tap into you. I always like to say too, because people are like, then why are you doing tarot? Tarot is a guidance, right? For me, it's always been a guidance, a guiding force, tapping into energies, figuring out what's going on. But you have the power. Everything is within you and it rests within you. And I feel like during these months in the first quarter, you're going to do that. You're going to start reconnecting to yourself in this way. I feel like some of you may pull back a little bit, may take some time for yourself. Some of you may be on extended vacations, time offs, or simply laying low to nurture yourself, to rest, especially since I picked up in 2022, many of you were just busy as F. I felt like, as I said that 33, as I was saying earlier, I feel like many of you, your energy was just spread everywhere. You may have spread yourself thin. Okay, pivoting into quarter two, April, May, and June. So we have most of spring there and part of early summer. We got the Hanged Man. This is Pisces energy. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of questioning and self-reflection that's going to be happening in 2023. A lot of asking yourself, is where I'm going where I want to head toward? Is this the direction for me? Doesn't mean you have to know the answers, but simply with each choice point, there's going to be reflection involved. Almost like a personal positive interrogation. So with the Hangman and coming in the second quarter in the spring, I feel like you may start to see things differently, especially after resting. And interestingly enough, this person's upside down, but this looks like Sleeping Beauty to me. I can't, it's some type of fairy tale, but I in my head got Sleeping Beauty. So, you know, Sleeping Beauty in that fairy tale, she had touched the spinning wheel and went into like a deep sleep, hence the name. So I feel like during the first quarter, when many of you are really introspective, reflecting and kind of assessing, this is where many of you are going to gain clarity on what it is that you want to do, perhaps solidifying your goals and planting those seeds. In the second quarter, I feel like the way that you are going to approach things, it's going to be different. You're going to see things from a whole new outlook. It's almost like the sun rose and you're like, wow, everything looks very different than what it did before. And it's because of time with yourself, connecting with yourself, your intuition too, rest, nurturing yourself, recouping that energy, but also releasing energies. That could be jobs, places, things, anything that you invest your time and energy in. It's releasing it. When we let it go, it's amazing how liberated and liberating we feel, or I should say how liberating the situation feels. In that same vein, for the second quarter, this also ties in with spirituality. I feel like you having this experience in the first quarter, you're going to sense a depth, a deeper level of connection within yourself, a trusting, a knowing, and realizing, wow, I kind of intuitively always know what decision is right for me. That in itself is going to help you during largely the spring season, fall season, wherever you are in the world, but also in shifting your perspective and learning. It's like taking time to marinate and delve into some education, self-knowledge opportunities, and you're taking that new perspective, that new enhanced version of you. And I feel like that's going to make a complete difference because you're learning a lot about where you put your time and energy and what it means to you. Because with Pisces, again, with this energy, a lot of times it can be very fluid, right? With the Hangman, it's very fluid, and sometimes we try to do a lot. We try to make everything and everyone happy around us but ourselves. And so second quarter, you're being invited to think about you and to really, again, this is the hard part with some Piscean energy, with 12th house energy, is delineating those boundaries and not always trying to do for others, but do for yourself first. So the shift in perspective is going to cause a dramatic shift in everything that you do. So it's like the inner meets the outer reality. Okay, let's take a look at the third quarter, July, August, and September. Okay, we got 10 of coins for the third quarter, and this is mainly summer. So this is Earth, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. And so this to me speaks of stability, of leveling out, perhaps seeing your goals come to fruition faster than you realize. This also to me signifies commitment. So there may be different long-term projects that come, especially in work and finances, or simply committing to something and seeing the results there. I feel like many of you are focused on long-term growth. Some of you are expanding your family as well. And so you may see, we'll just say news of that, or hear of news, or feel the news in terms of expansion, whether it's pregnancy or birth or enlargement of family, expansion of family in any other way with humans or animals, right? Like pets. There's a sense of investing here. And so I feel like, again, many of you are taking your energy and focusing it, perhaps not so much on the now, but in the long term, because the 10 of coins signifies too long-term prosperity and wealth, stability, having that foundation set for future generations. So some of you are thinking ahead, and I mentioned this earlier about investing in your financial outlook. Some of you may really be looking at different ways, whether it's like passive form of income streams or increasing your knowledge. Sorry, I thought I felt a bug. Or increasing your knowledge about, investing, stock market, or other types of currencies, for example. Because there's a sense here of seeing that growth here, of seeing that that sector, that part of your life stabilize. But I feel like in general, it stabilizes everything else. There's a sense of security, of fulfillment here, of growth, of building. That's what I wanted to say. I feel like during this time, you will be building and seeing the completion of that. So this could be something too that has continued on from 2022. Because again, like for example, if you are in a relationship and you started dating in 2022 or even earlier, and you are engaged, obviously that relationship is continuing, right? And so in 2023, you may see that going to the next level. That could look very different for everyone, but if you are engaged, maybe you're going to see marriage during this time, during this third quarter from July, August, September. So again, something here is going to come to completion and fruition. This is a beautiful energy of celebration too, because you've reached that particular goal or what it is that you want to accomplish. Okay, we're going to look at the final quarter, October, November, December. Four of Coins. This is the earth energy again, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, and I get a very protective energy. So I feel like in the third quarter, you reach the stage. For some of you, again, depending on the circumstance, it's going to vary for everyone. You may start pulling back a little bit, and there's a sense of reservation, of like, how do you call it? I wanted to say protection, but not in a safe way, like security type of way. It's almost like, okay, I'm going to save up, whether it's your time, your energy, your finances, or even taking time off. Some of you may be taking some time off for a variety of reasons. It doesn't have to be the entire last quarter, but there's a lot of holidays that coincide. You may see yourself taking some time off to rest, to take care of yourself. But I also feel like there's something here where you may scale back, and it could be because of this third quarter energy. You may realize, wow, okay, I've invested in this, or something has happened in an area of my life, whether it's a job, maybe you're moving, or maybe you're finding out you are expecting children or expanding your family in some way, or you're getting married, and you're like, okay, well, we're going to have to shift things a little bit, perhaps save, take care of certain things, review and plan, because this energy too, it almost looks like she's hoarding the coins, and she's really not. She's just saving them for a rainy day, right? And we got this vulture. I think this is a condor. It looks like a condor because it's huge. It's like protecting her. And so there's a need here of almost like pocketing for a rainy day, but it's not just finances, it's your energy too. So something that happens in the preceding quarters is going to almost like alert you in the final quarter. And again, it comes with the season too, because there's a lot of withdrawing of energy, retracting it, taking time more for you, and using that wisely for what it is that you want to accomplish. Okay. Oh, we got a hummingbird up here. I didn't see that. Do you see that right there? Hummingbirds signify love, joy, balance, contentment. So I feel like this opportunity, this Four of Coins could signify a reserving, of saving of literally your coins or your time or energy for something that is very joyous, very loving. It could be something like a new job where you have to move and you're like, okay, I need to save some money up, or a pregnancy or expanding of kids or family or pets. But overall, I feel like this year, the initial investments you make in the beginning of 2023, you're going to see play out, because you're going to, with the Eight of Cups, the Hangman, quarter one, quarter two, quarter three with the Ten of Coins, and quarter four with the Four of Coins, there's a progression here. It's like investing initially in your own energy management and self during the year is going to set the tone and the foundation for you to receive everything that you want. I think for some of you this may be uncomfortable, because I sense a lot of you are doers. And taking a different approach to things and yielding even more, we'll say more success, may seem foreign, because you're like, wait a minute, I don't have to put in this many hours, I can put in less and still be successful. It's that type of energy. Okay, let's pivot into the biggest obstacle you will face. What is the biggest obstacle my Geminis will face, please, in 2023? We got the Nine of Coins. I'd love to have this obstacle. Nine of Coins is about stability, independence, especially financial independence, financial growth. And so I get here, there may be a slight preoccupation with your money, with your finances, and really wanting to get that in order and saving. But I also feel like there may be a lot of opportunities, because the Nine of Coins precedes the Ten of Coins that you all got in your third quarter. So this challenge This is a great challenge to have. There may be a lot of opportunities that call to you to increase your own personal success and abundance, whatever it looks like. It doesn't have to be money related. For many, it's going to be related to your money, to your finances. So again, the question is going to come up with you, is this worth it in exchange for my time, my own energy? Because time is finite, right? We don't get it back once we give it away. Energy we can renew. So you're going to be asked, there's going to be a lot of different beautiful opportunities, amazing. Some of them you're like, oh my God, I can't pass this up. And again, it's going to be relative. It could simply mean like going out on a date after the day before you didn't get much sleep, or going, a new work opportunity, or whatever it is. It's going to be really different for everyone. There's so many things that are coming to me, but you're going to have to practice discernment. Essentially what you have connected to and amassed during your first quarter, especially with your spiritual connection. Because a lot of this is about asking yourself, am I ready to leave this? And connecting to yourself in a new way, especially with rest. I feel like you're going to have to be very discerning and ask yourself, where do I need to say no? Because you will not be able to say yes to everything. Bottom line here, you will not be able to say yes to everything or everyone anymore in 2023. So you got to get very, very clear with where you want to spend your time and energy, because you're not like an octopus with tentacles or a clone. You can't clone yourself. There's only one of you. And in order to find that inner balance that many of you are seeking, you're going to have to make some of those hard choices, and they may be hard for you. Let's see how you can best tackle this obstacle. This is something I think a lot of people would like to have, but when it's very difficult to say no, and this deals with boundaries as well, that's when some of the, we'll say, snafus can develop. We got the Hermit, Virgo energy, Mercury, and we got this white, it looks like a deer, a stag. Very spiritual too, about feminine energy I get. So in terms of how to tackle this, use your intuition, go within. The answers are within you. This is also a clear no when I get the Hermit card. So again, this is reminding you, you're gonna have a crap load of, we'll say, invitations, opportunities, invites, extensions, people asking, you wanna do this, you wanna collaborate, let's go out, all of this. You're gonna be reminded in all of these things that come your way. Ask yourself within, is this the right fill in the blank opportunity choice for me at this time and where I'm headed? Because only you are going to have that answer. And the Hermit too indicates really being very discerning. I almost want to say you're going to be perhaps saying more no's than yeses. And that may be a little bit uncomfortable for some of you, because you're going to realize people are going to feel disappointed and let down, but you have to realize that's their energy, that's how they're feeling, and it has nothing to do with you. It's really important this year to protect that within yourself. Keep looking in the 9 of Coins for your obstacle of the year, all of the seeds in the watermelon right here. There's just so many opportunities that are coming this way. Many of you, just by the simple switch and taking time to rest and recoup your physical body, your soma, your psyche, it's really allowing you to attract more than you realized. And so just by doing less, you attract more, which may seem completely foreign, especially, again, like I told you, in 2022, I sense many of you did a lot, and you did receive a lot too, but it burnt you out to a degree. Finally, let's get a final card for the overview of the year ahead. 2023, and then we'll go into some oracle. Oh my goodness, you guys have beautiful cards. We got the Sun, Leo energy. This is total happiness. I get that too with your energies. A lot of stuff is stabilizing for you in all areas of your life. There's a lot of revision. I feel like many of you, this has to do with energy as well. It's going to be a year full of blessings, full of moments of where you're going to be like, someone pinch me. A lot of moments of gratuity, of saying thank you, of appreciation. This is also very much healing, because in the same vein, many of you are realizing, I'm getting older. I don't have the same time and energy like I used to, but perhaps it's because you used it in a different way. And I feel like in 2023, many of you are going for a very intentional outlook. You're wanting to really use your time for what matters to you, what's important to you. That's going to bring tremendous healing, but also a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, because you're going to actually be targeting the energy you do have and want to use towards things that light you up and simple. It's almost like Marie Kondo's book about organizing, what sparks my joy. It's that type of question that you should ask yourself in every type of interaction or invitation you get. Does this spark my joy? And second, does this bring me closer to what it is that I want to accomplish? Remember, you can't do everything. This is such a beautiful card to get for 2023. You guys got amazing cards. I just sense a complete shift in your value systems. Many of you are shifting things, are wanting to stabilize, especially with all of the coin energy. We'll just say pentacles, earth energy. Many of you are grounding your foundation, and this is setting the tone for the future. Okay, we are going to tap into oracles now, some oracle messages, and see what other guidance the universe has for my Geminis. Oh, excuse me. I'm so excited for everyone. I always try to focus on calling in, blessings for you all, because everyone has challenges no matter what in the year. And it's so easy when we start the year, if we hear them, we're like, no. But your challenges, I think, for 2023 are good ones. It's just going to be hard for you because you're going to have to make decisions with boundaries and knowing that you are going to let people down, but it's for your own well-being. What else does the universe have for my Geminis, please, in 2023? I sense like peacefulness. Some of you are resting your souls right now, or are planning some type of R&R, rest and rejuvenation, vacation, staycation. There's a sense of retreat, perhaps during the fall. I said fall. You could be planning it, especially since you got the, what energy did you get? 4 of coins. But I feel like right now, during the early part of 2023, many of you are taking a break. Okay, you got 2 cards. We got emotions are running high, super moon. Meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. It almost makes me think of you all, the twins. But we got 2 fish here. So again, emotions. When we burn ourselves out, especially, it doesn't matter if you're not more emotional or tapped into your emotions. You may be more logic-based, as many Geminis are. I feel like some of you may have expressed, it could have been frustration, anger, and even just relief, like pain, like a catharsis, tears. And that's usually a lot of that, like anger, it's masked in some type of pain, right? And so during this time, and even into 2023, you may realize, okay, something has to shift. There is a lot more balance that I want in my life. I want to feel calm, more importantly. I just don't want a picture perfect home. I want to feel it. And so there's an embodiment here. So that's why a lot of, like I've mentioned, you've even got the Hermit on how to overcome the challenge of having too many invitations, too many opportunities come your way, right? So there's a very conscious need in 2023 to embody and to feel your feelings and to allow those to pass through and to transmute. Because the more we hold it in, the more we push it down, it just festers, and then it causes like an explosion, like a supernova or like a volcano. And with the meditate and contemplate, this is too speaking to your mindset. Well, I should say your mental state, your mental landscape. Some of you, and where do we get that card? We got the 2 of coins. This is for your spirituality, about balance. This is exactly what this card is saying. It's time to find a practice that helps you. Meditation, I think, is amazing. There are so many types of meditation. YouTube has so many amazing kind. You could do guided visualizations, Zen. You could pick different binaural beats, frequencies, solfeggio frequencies as well. You could simply lie in stillness or walk. You could do walking meditations, especially for, I'll say, air signs and those that are very mental, even Virgos too, I should say. Walking allows you to get that excess energy out while also allowing to clear your head, especially when you don't listen to anything. And I'm, at fault for this because I like to listen to podcasts too, because a lot of air signs like to consume information even while they're trying to rest their mind. So something just to consider. I feel like in 2023, you're going to find and bringing more of a mental clarity, more balance, more mental rest. Your brain doesn't always have to be on. Crown chakra energy too. When we are able to rest our mind, we can tap more into our body. We can bring that down. And so that's going to allow a lot of messages that may have been like stuck up here in your crown chakra. They're going to come in. So be ready for that, because I do sense a lot of spiritual expansion. By the end of the year, I do feel like many of you are going to be more in tune with yourself. And again, some of you, everyone's at different levels. What else does the universe have for my Geminis, please, for 2023? Okay, we got 2 cards that flipped. We got 30, be nimble. When we ask for help, we must be open to receiving it. We may be called to be flexible when help arrives in unexpected form. So you all are mutable signs, and you all are very good at, going with the flow, changing plans, shifting. So again, this is about asking for help, being open to this. A lot of feminine energy here going into 2023. So some of you may be learning how to balance that, how to get more into the mode of receiving, a receptivity, of slowing down, of really tapping into your creative side and not constantly doing. I said earlier too, you're going to find a lot of success in slowing down and redefining what that means to you. I feel like when you reduce the constant doing, that's when you will actually start to see more of what you want. I'll put this up so you can read it. Okay. We also got 12. We got 3s here. And I mentioned earlier, you got 33 when I looked at a card. So 3s may be especially important. This reduces to a 3 and this reduces to a 3. Practice acceptance. The heart wants to give and do it all, but everyone has limitations. Accept help when needed. Not everything is being asked of you. Holy shit, both of them is about asking help. Look at this. You all for sure are the ones that do. And I feel like 2023, you are going to learn what it means to receive, what it means to not always do. And again, this goes with boundaries, saying no, asking for help. This may actually be very vulnerable, very hard for some, but this is where you're going to receive a lot of the fruits of those seeds that you planted. You're going to see it in simply asking people for help. Knowing you can't do it all, especially if you are someone that works, we'll just say, in a position that requires delegation, that requires support at home or in the professional life. Because if, again, like if you're a stay-at-home parent or you're a working parent and you have kids, there's times where you have to learn to ask for help. Okay, let's see what else. What else does the universe want my Geminis to know? I love how the universe is confirming these messages. What else do my Geminis need to know, please, for 2023? Just flipped. Got a flipper. Oh, you guys, confirmation. Look at this. You got for your overall energy for 2023, the overall outlook, the sun. Look what you got here. The sun. Keep your face to the sun and you will never see the shadows. Oh. Look at this. It's a little bit difficult to read because of the gold foil. You got the sun twice. This is focusing on the good in your life, on positive, not toxic positivity. I get it's too, it's about protecting your peace, your energy. There's double confirmation of this in your reading. A lot of blessings are coming for you all. The moment that you shift your own energy, again, it starts with mindset. The moment things are going to shift for you. I feel like perhaps practicing acceptance and learning to receive and being open to this receiving is going to be something you're also healing, a dynamic that you may have had to heal, or you are learning to heal, that stems back from early adulthood or childhood. Because if you think about the sun is incredibly healing. I mean, if you stay too long, you can burn yourself, but sun allows us, you know, we feel good. It gives us vitamin D. It nourishes us. It allows the flora around us, trees, flowers, to grow. And without the sun in our life, without light, especially on Earth, we would perish. This is about your life force energy, by the way, which the sun represents as well. So I'm not making this shit up. Let's see what else the universe has for my Geminis. We're almost done, you all. We're wrapping this up. Okay, we got three cards. Oh no, we got 4. We got peace. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. Some of you may have different affirmations. I feel like peace, serenity, calmness, calm, quiet, stillness perhaps. I feel like those are all synonyms of some of the energies you may want to embody or you may feel inclined towards for 2023. A lot of blue in your reading. We got honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. We got regret. I know that I cannot change the past. And then denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So there is a lot, I feel, that's coming up in 2023 overall. It's really about getting clear with yourself, being very, very honest with you more than anything. Some of you may hold like self-grudges or find it hard to forgive yourself, especially if it comes to anything that you're healing, relationship dynamics, or any circumstance that ended. Because in your first quarter, again, we got the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups can be with leaving something behind, ending. It's time to go, essentially. And so this could concern some type of ending in a relationship or something that you once invested into. And so again, some of these things may be coming up, especially during the beginning of the year, I sense, in retrogrades, which will be in Mercury. So you may be analyzing and reflecting a lot. Okay, let's see how you can best take care of yourself. What are some practices or practice that can help for 2023? What do my Geminis need to know, please? Got 1 card. Got 28, intuition. Another sign got this. So again, I feel like 2023 may be the year of really reconnecting to yourself. That's going to come in the form of, again, finding, going back to basics, grounding yourself, tapping into the present, or presence, I should say. Your intuition is going to increase. Again, with purple, this speaks to the crown. I feel like by the end of 2023, many of you are going to feel a completely different level of knowing, of acceptance. Your connection is going to be deeper. It's almost like a balancing of the masculine and feminine, because I feel like many of you are really operating in your masculine right now. So you're going to feel this. There's an embodiment here. We got the moon too. Some of you may have third eye openings or be working with your third eye in 2023 as well. Okay, let's see what messages your spirit animals have for 2023. Okay, we got 1 card. We got cat, independent. I heard that song from Miss Independent from Kelly Clarkson. You are a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. Your intuition is going to be super, super important in 2023, not just in developing it and actually trusting it, but in finding guidance, clarity, and listening when it comes to choice points, especially when you have all these opportunities coming your way. Remember the challenge for 2023, you're going to tap into how you feel about them, because that's going to give you the answer. Some of you may have cats or strongly resonate with cats. Felines are also very an embodiment of feminine energy. So again, I feel like the start of your year, laying that foundation, taking time to really rest, mind, body, soul, is going to help for the rest of the year for you all. Let's grab a final card of affirmation. I think these are super attractor cards. I always get the titles wrong. Okay. One got plucked out. Okay, I think we got 2 cards. Look, you got another eye here. And you got an eye here. Your intuition. You guys have to, a lot of you have very sharp intuition, but you're just not you're not connected, you're feeling disconnected, or you're not trusting. There's a lot of doubt there because you go automatically into your logic. The universe has big plans for me, and it's time to claim them. Yep. Look, another sun, you all. You got 3 suns here. Look at this. I'm just sensing so much happiness, excitement, joy. I hope you're going to be smiling more in 2023. It's about your mindset too, shifting things. We also got, holy shit, another card about receiving. Remember these 2 cards were about receiving? Learning to receive. This card, my ability to receive is measured by how much I practice good feeling thoughts. And you got dragonflies here. So some of you may want to work more. Again, this is calling to me on receiving, on knowing your worth and value, and not being afraid to ask for help, because there's a lot of folks that want to help you. I feel like many of you are like the sun in your circles, where you help people, you connect to them, you bridge them, you support them, you hear them out. You're just a generous, loving soul, and now it's time. The universe in 2023 is going to help you out. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to almost call you guys out at the end of next year and be like, report in, tell me what's going on. My Geminis, I hope this reading has helped. I am so happy for you. I get so excited. I've been so excited with these readings because I myself was feeling disconnected just because of a lot of things that were happening in the collective. But with these 2023 readings, I'm excited because it's a fresh, new energy, and it'll come, we'll feel it, the shift more with Aries season starting in mid-March. If this helped in any way, if you feel any type of confirmation, even though I know it's, 2023 has yet to start, a lot of folks are getting messages and signs already. Comment down below, introduce yourself. I love to get to know you, and let me know what's going on for you, what your greatest wish is for going into 2023. If you have a theme or a word, if this helped in any way, hit the like button, the thumbs up, consider subscribing if you'd like to see more readings like this and other content about spirituality, wellness, energy healing, and a lot more. And please feel free to share this video if you feel like others could benefit. Otherwise, I'm wishing you a beautiful end to 2022 and an amazing 2023 ahead. I will see you all later, my Geminis. Bye.